going down. What's the first thing we
Yeah,
need to tell these wonderful people? You wonderful, wonderful people out there. Always tell them like, subscribe, share. How you say it, Snap? How they gotta do it?
smash the like button.
Smash the like button.
Smash the like button, man. Don't be a
Yeah,
hater,
you
be a
know,
congratulator. You understand?
it's your favorite two um gangster rapper podcast hustlers straight out of the shut town. Uncle Beats in the street like white lines on the corner like the stop sign with my best friend, my brother. What's your name, dog?
Snap Jizzle. You
Snap
see it.
Jizzle. You see it, you see
You
it.
see it.
So ready to get into this new year, man?
Yeah, man. I was thinking about, well, I ain't thinking about it. I know, just like everybody, we all started New Year's off, trying to quit bad habits. So basically, that's what I'm on. That's my focus for the new year, man. Heal some of my old bad habits. Start over
Um,
fresh.
I don't think I got no bad habit. I'm trying to quit, man. I'm trying to see. Of course, I'm still a thoughtaholic. I don't really want to take the
Man,
vaccine and get the cure or nothing for that. So as long as they keep making thoughts, I'm gonna keep liking them. Maybe I'm getting too old for it. I don't know, but I
man,
ain't gonna stop, man.
you just
I ain't gonna
you don't
stop.
care, man. You don't pay attention. You don't watch that
Hey,
third eye, man. You know what I'm saying? When that third eye opened up, man, you got to pay attention to it, beats.
you gotta pay. They make these things called protection, man. Protect you
Yeah,
from infections. You know.
man,
I'm gonna do
it's
better
good
one
though.
day, man. I'm gonna do. I'm gonna do
It's
better because
good
you
though.
told me to. I know you wouldn't. I know you wouldn't tell me nothing wrong.
No, I
So
ain't gonna tell you nothing wrong, man. You know what I'm saying? Hey, actually, on that album cover, I remember that. I remember. I remember that little outfit you had on.
on which album cover?
When the one where you got stopped playing with the folks.
Oh,
Yeah, I remember that. I said, look
yeah.
at my dude. My dude got some stonewashed jeans on. You know what I'm saying? Pair of mics with the
that was
Raiders.
that was them young bugle boys. That's when Bugle Boy was popping, man.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, you know.
But hey, man,
So
I want to ask you something, man, before we get started. Uh,
okay.
I just want to know, how did you see, when I was growing up, nobody in my family never owned nothing. And
Okay.
it was amazing to me that y'all had a lounge. It was
Oh
amazing.
yeah.
It was amazing for me. Like, man, this is my dude. His people
Right.
own a lounge, like a
Right.
business. That was amazing to me when I was a shorty. You know what I'm saying? Because as a
Right.
kid, you think you know somebody in the store, you think you can go in there and get some free stuff.
Right.
That's just how you think. But that's a lounge. Ain't really nothing in there free for me. But I'm just saying, y'all own the lounge. So I just want to
Right.
know how it was living in the hood, in the middle of the hood.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But had parents, like real parents, bro, like functional parents, not dysfunctional, but functional parents.
Right. Man, honestly, it was like normal to me because my dad and my mom always had some type of business going on. So y'all didn't know, like, we used to go sell stuff at the flea market on Saturdays and Sundays, and he had like a cleaning company, and we had another thing. He had another one like later on in life when I was older, where we was like hooking up gas meters. All type. He has always had some type of way to make some money going on. Like I really get it from my mom and my dad. That's why when me and you had that business and you came to me like, hey man, you want to make some money? What were we doing? Oh, installing shelves.
We was
And I'm
installing
like,
shit.
yeah, you thought I wasn't gonna do it. And I'm like, when you think somebody know you, you thought I wasn't gonna do it, and I wore you out with
Wore me out. That it didn't go as planned.
hey,
I want to get up.
this
I want to get up at 9:30 and you know what I'm saying 10, 11 because you know and then get to it. And, you know we decide this is what we do. Man, this dude waking me up at 5 in the morning. Come on, G, it's time to go. I'm like, dude, is you serious? Come
man,
on.
get that money, man. You know how they say you got the same 24 hours I do. I feel like I got 16 to make some money, and I'm sleeping the rest.
Yeah, man. Hey, but
But
hey,
yeah,
for real though. Although I put you, it was almost like I put you on it, but you used all your tools to
right,
make that shit work. Because remember, we had to get that truck
right.
because we
I
couldn't
had
keep
all the resources.
we couldn't keep coming
Yeah.
back and forward in that little ass car, pounding that little
Right,
ass car. We had to get more shit.
right. Yeah. But again, it go back to my mama and daddy. So like you said about the tavern, when I look back at it now, I'm like phenomenal. But then when it's going on, when we're creating history, it's
Right.
just another time for me. But that's what that's what led me and you to having a studio though. That's right there. Cause when you came in, when you came to me, you had went away to that boys home for a little while. So when you come back, you're like, yeah, man, I got a tape now. No, man, he ain't never made no tape before I made a tape. So I'm like, whatever. I take it home. I was trying to act like I didn't even care that you had a tape, right? But I left Bishop and went back to Winchester because I wanted to hear what was on this tape. So you get you doing your thing, you rap. I'm like, oh man, this dude really done made a tape. Then you said, yeah, I got a special guest for y'all. I got Ice Cube in the house with me. So I'm like, never. So Ice Cube comes on rapping. I'm like, oh my God, how did he do it?
Oh
so
man.
so I go straight to Turo. I said, man, he got Ice Cube on his on his thing. So I played. Tell like you fool, that's the acapella from the records. He's like, all these records we got, like you a DJ. How you don't know that the rappers be rapping? I'm like, well, really, man, I just play what my daddy tell me to play at the club because he had me DJing at the tavern as a little kid. So I'm like, I just play what he say play. That's how much of a hustler he was. I'm in the DJ booth for a little boy, and he just write down songs like, "Hey, play these, play these." So I'm at the tavern DJing, dog, on everything. So I never just really looked at what be on the record. So I'm like, this dirty dog. So now me and you just rapping, but we ain't got the equipment yet. So now when the tavern closes, my brother and his friends got a tape, but they got the instrumentals and stuff from these same records. This was before a mixtape. They using the beats, and I'm just like, man. I'm like, you think you could take me and Snap to the studio? This is what we want to do. He's like, man, I did that with the stuff we got hooked up in the basement. And I'm like, never. So after that, boy, me and you got down. And what was the name of that group?
The LGs or some shit. Nah,
What
what
was
is
the
the
LG
LG?
for? What was the
Yeah,
LG for?
the little
What
gangsters.
the little gangster. The little gangster.
The
And
little
and when
gangsters.
we got older, I said, hey man, we not calling ourselves that no more. It
Yeah,
was still LG, but I said lyrical gangsters.
lyrical gangsters. Yeah.
Yeah, man.
You sat down and thought about it. Hey, this is when I noticed your push. We was about 16 at the time.
Right.
Say the children.
Right.
When you got us backstage.
Right. Yeah.
With the Ghetto Boys.
Yep.
And rapping for one of their managers.
Yeah, for Big
Big
Chief.
Chief.
Right.
This the first time that you met Bushwick. And remember,
Right.
Bushwick was the only one that sat down and talked to us because Face was on some other. Face walked straight off on us. I was disappointed
Everybody
too.
was surrounding Face though. People was groupies.
Yeah,
Bushwick
well,
didn't
people
care.
probably they was bum rushing him. You know what I'm saying? He just trying to get out the way.
Yeah.
But I'm the biggest Face fan ever.
Right.
So when he walked off on me, I'm like, man. Then Bushwick like that, yeah, stay in school, telling us to stay in school. I bet you ain't never talked to him about that.
I stayed in school. What you talking about? I stayed in school.
Well, yeah, I guess I ain't listened to him.
That was the start. I was like, you was 16, I was 15. That was the start. We got wait a minute. Let's see who we got in the comments, man. Let's see who's checking in with it. Let's see who's checking in with us, man. I see the homies checking in. Oh yeah, someone who we gotta get on the show soon. 2 people we gotta get on the show soon. Of course, who have we already established as our number 1 supporter?
Vincino.
Nobody but who? Young Vinny Barbarino. Drew checking in. Yeah, we at it again, Drew. We at it again.
What I am, fam?
My boy Taff Dog, all the way from the NO. That's my dude. Drew say he love We Can't Stop Cheesing.
Hey man, hey, you know why I'm cheesing, Drew?
Happy New Year to you. Happy New Year to you, family. Happy New Year to everybody.
Yeah,
definitely happy
Happy
New
New Year, man.
But
together, man, make this new year, you know,
but
one of the best.
What I'm trying to show everybody what we doing here is we always got to get some background on who we is and how we came up, so we can get y'all used to us to see why we speaking on the topics we speaking on. So one that we have to talk about. You know, tomorrow you don't need no money to bond out of jail in Illinois.
Mm.
How you think that's gonna be?
It's hard for me to believe, even though it's out there.
Right.
I just think, you know what I'm saying, niggas would be damn fools to think that they could still go out there and do whatever the fuck they want to do.
I just
had to put it to y'all that way.
I will have to.
Don't be no fools,
agree. You're gonna have to be a fool to think you could just go out there and do whatever you want. But to me, right. it make a lot of sense because I know you've been in jail before, and I feel like people go to jail and they lose it all. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Sitting in there, then you get out, you're innocent. You done lost your car, you done lost your crib,
everything.
You done lost your girlfriend. So it's like, and then you're innocent. Just like when I was in Fight My Fair case, right? They wouldn't give us the clippers. So my daddy, he's so crazy, man. We going in court.
Your dad called up there, man.
No. We going in court. You know when they like all rise or whatever they say. He like, man, Beats, you need to cut your hair. You look terrible. he said it right in court. So we get back to the jail. And you know how I am when it comes to the oppressors. So I'm already feeling away now. So I get back, so I tell dude, like, man, y'all better get us some clippers. And they got broke in the fight. They had 2 weeks, like, hey man, you got a fresh cut. You make sure you look straight when you come to work. I'm not in prison. I am innocent. You could be in here where I'm at, getting charged with something the same way. And they finally got us some clippers, but I just think people lose everything sitting in jail when then get out and now you can't do nothing but go back and be a criminal. You done sit in there with the criminals all day.
Yeah, I mean, like for real, we got to see. I mean, I just got to see it. Like somebody go whack somebody and then they just process them and let them out. I just want to see it. You know, now the first person to get out for the first murder that happened, you know what I'm saying, that they catch somebody for and he get out,
Right.
then that's when I know. You know what
Yeah,
I'm saying? Like,
I'm with you on that one, man. I'm with you on that one. Yeah, I gotta see I gotta see somebody get arrested, man.
you know what I'm saying?
Let me check some more comments because I see Drew on there. He said and he ain't telling nothing but the truth, man.
Back that
Drew
in
ain't telling
again.
nothing but the truth. He said he proud of us, and he say Snap G got us all the way turned up. You did, you did though.
Hey,
But yeah, man.
all I did, man, all I did, bro, was the shit I learned
Right,
from over there on 59th,
right.
61st. I just bought that shit. The shit I knew, I bought that shit to y'all because remember when I met
Right.
y'all, we was all kids.
Right.
We was
Yeah.
kids. We used to play the
Yep.
hey Drew. We used to play the Nintendo at your spot.
Oh
Mario
yeah,
Brothers
Drew.
sitting over there for hours.
Drew carried with the hangout to rest in peace. His sister put us out, get tired of us.
Yeah.
I I remember like yesterday, man. We yeah, you turned us up though, man. I
Oh, Drew.
definitely
Hey, Drew thought he was cold. He thought he was cold in the back of our crib was on the crate with the basketball.
oh
He
yeah,
thought he was
Drew
on something with that bogus dribbling.
was better
Yeah.
than you
He know what I'm
suckers.
talking about.
I was a buster, so I could take up for him. I, I was a
You talking
buster.
about some magic.
Well,
Yeah.
let me ask you this, right? Now this finna ruffle some feathers, but when they say the streets is all messed up now because it ain't no structure, what do they mean by that? Because the people who was the structure, them, as far as I'm concerned, they was telling us to sell drugs. So how's that a good thing?
That's not a good thing, but if we got out of line, we definitely got dealt with. But see,
Yeah,
the difference with that is, Beats, now, man, these dudes is lawless.
yeah,
Back then, you couldn't just do whatever you wanted to do
oh yeah,
because, for one, you will have the hierarchy coming down on you, telling you that you making the block hot while they trying to get money.
right,
See what I'm saying? You just couldn't do what you want to do. See, they wrote the rules and the regulations and they passed it out to the membership. And
right,
if you fail to uphold any of this, we're gonna beat you up.
yeah,
And you couldn't go against the mob. I don't care who you was gonna lose.
yeah, you definitely couldn't really couldn't go against that.
You know what I'm saying? You definitely
Unless,
gonna lose.
unless you like to get hit in your body parts.
And,
But
and,
yeah,
and the worst thing you can do is pull a gun or shoot at one of the guys.
right.
That is called
Yeah,
an execution.
yeah. I guess when you put it like that, I guess you're trading one bad thing for. I mean, I guess it's a better thing and a bad thing. You know what I'm saying? Because I feel like the drugs is a whole problem that people don't look at. You know, people don't look at the
Yeah, the
side of
drugs.
you about to go. You can go to prison, or you can get killed. Somebody trying to rob you, or at the same time, you getting somebody's family member messed up. You know what I'm saying? Because it was so crazy, G. When my son died, right? Cause I really feel like he just like ODing on some bad perks or something and fell asleep and crashed, right? So when we're pulling, I mean, you was there, but when we pulling into the cemetery, I'm just like, man, all I ever did was glorify the game, and now my son then went out off of some drugs. It's just like it just made me look at it way different. You know what I'm saying? Because now I'm on the other side. And then it just took me like, man, how many of my family members is in jail or then went to jail behind drugs? How many are in the grave behind drugs? So it's like when they say put these dudes out there that's pushing a sell drug thing, would that really help though? You know what I'm saying?
I mean, I don't look at it. I mean, you can say it's bad, but you gotta have order. And that was
Right.
putting that type of talk out there amongst the membership, letting them know that if you get out of line, you get dealt with, and setting examples, letting everybody see,
Right.
like, man, these niggas ain't playing. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? That's keeping everybody in order. It ain't all haywire. The guys weren't backstabbing each other. You know what I'm saying? Or
Right.
none of that. So if the guys had any problem with each other, everybody had to come to the table. Now, some
Mm-hmm.
people probably would have got beat up. You know what I'm saying? That situation, but that's how. And then after the ass whooping, this case closed. We don't want to hear nothing else about it.
I gotta make a confession because I can't get a violation now for this. But I never really cared about the structure because I felt like the only people that respected it was the ones that respected it, and the ones who didn't want to respect it. And I'm gonna give you a prime example of how I've seen that it didn't have to be respected, that it was all about money, and you were right there. So the block that we grew up on, that we're fighting for, standing on, me and you watching the people who had the block, we watched them run out of product, and me and you go stand out there. We and you go stand out there with bags of soap and was making our money. so,
Ooh,
so
boy, we had that bad. We
we
had
out
that
there.
bad.
Hey, look, us. We out there with bags of soap getting it right. so, so we selling straight dummies. But one of the dudes who was running the block, seen us out there, so he came out there. Man, what y'all doing? What y'all doing? And he was type of he was knew who my family was, so he tell me, "Ooh, if I catch you out here again doing this, you gonna be in big trouble." And he told you, and you, I'm putting a bullet in your head. I'm like, wow. And all you said was, if he only knew we were selling soap.
Straight up.
But after that, that's when all us, the whole little crew got together and we went and said, hey, it's time for us to have us our own spot. And we went and talked. We don't gonna say these people's names. Some of them even did. We went and talked to the guy that was the governor at the time at the pool hall on Green. Am I correct?
Yep.
And he said, y'all got to go talk to y'all region. correct?
Yeah. And he
We
gave
went
us
to talk to the
55th and
regent.
Justine.
He gave us 55th and Justine. And we was out there every bit of 30 minutes. And what happened? Do you remember?
Some of the guys from some of the guys that was like down the street from us, really across the street from us, had a
Right.
big problem with that.
And they was on 56.
They was on
They
56.
they came
Now,
in there quickly
yeah,
and told us, and they were older than us. They was
yeah.
older than us. We were still shorties. They older than us. So Drew say talk that talk. Young cats don't know their history. Drew was with us.
Drew
They
was with us.
these dudes older than us. They said, hey, y'all can't be over here doing. They can't talk to you because you the one who talked to them. Because I think you even probably knew the older dudes. And they was
I
like,
knew most of them. I knew most of them.
yeah, they was like, y'all can't be over here getting no money. What y'all think y'all doing? And we told them, hey, the regent gave us this block. And they said, tell the regent this dude block from off of 57th and Woods. He say, he can't tell nobody to come over here. We're like, no problem. We'll just go tell the regent. We went to tell the regent. Rest in peace to him. He had the biggest burger I ever seen in my life. And he like, what? What? So you and Steve tell him what the business is. You and Steve tell him what the business is, and he said, "Know what? Know what we gonna do? We gonna find y'all another block."
Right. He
Man,
was
we
talking
still
about
ain't got
moving
that
us
block.
down there to 55th by the alley, behind the laundromat.
But that's when you left. That's when you left. That's when you left. We started hanging with the dudes on Paulina. They was getting money. They had artillery, everything.
That's
So
why
you
I
like,
went.
yeah, you like, what am I finna be over there for? They won't let us make no money. They won't give us nothing. But they was a little too rough over there for some of the crew that we had. Cause see, Drew know this. Drew was part of this about 10, I'm finna say. We probably was,
Drew was over there with me.
well, I was about to say, our whole crew, we was about 40 deep. But only about 10 of us was really gonna the push the
Push the
push
button.
push the button if it had to go on. So really, about 5 of the pushers left. So now we still got that crew, and it's only about 4 or 5 dudes on the block that still gonna push. Cause see, I'm gonna tell you what got me away from the situation. Literally, all of us was walking one day, about 40 deep. My brother pull up in his car. You know, he got to pull up on us like he was coming to shoot and all that stuff. He pulled up on us. So I get in the car with him like, hey man, why every time I see you with all these boys? And I'm like, these are my friends. He say, that many people can never be your friend. I'm like, what are you talking about? He's like, man, I'm finna just start making you hang with me. And he started making me hang with him on Damon, back in the areas where I wasn't even supposed to be. And it kind of really changed the course of my life, because his dudes was really, really his friends. But then when people got older, I started seeing that he was right. I started seeing people messing with dudes' wives and just all type of stuff. And I'm just like,
Yeah, man. That's
wow, how
wild.
did this happen? Even
Wow.
shooting each other over stuff. And I'm just like, wow. Telling on each other when people get locked up. And I'm just like,
Definitely that.
wow, what I'm like, he was right the whole time. But again, hold on. What Drew say? Drew say, I'm gonna put that up there. Drew say, folks in them on Pagina had more money and freedom to get the money at the time and a little more advanced. They was a little more advanced.
They was way more advanced.
I
That's
was,
why I stayed, bro. Drew was over there with me. I don't
I
think Drew
remember.
went back. Drew did go back, but he was going back and forth. But I stayed over there. I stopped hanging on Bishop, period. I stopped hanging
Well,
on Bishop, period, because they weren't letting us do nothing.
well, see,
Unless we was doing it for them.
since he out here putting himself in here, I ain't got no problem saying his name. See, Drew was over there because Drew was a hustler. Drew went
Yeah.
over there. Drew went over there and got in. Drew got straight to the money. Drew didn't go over there to gang bang like some other people did. See, Drew went over there because he saw the money. You went over there because they had the same gun Tupac had in Juice. They had this.
Ooh, I
They
was in
had the
love with that
same
one, boy.
gun
Everybody
Tupac
know
had
about
in
the Juice
Juice.
38. Everybody know it. You can ask anybody right now today that's from over there about the Juice 38. They're gonna know exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah, I'm like, man, these dudes is ready. Now I'm gonna tell you what.
Man, folks them had texts. Bro, we had a 22 loan. We had a 22 loan on Bishop. Shank gave it to us. It was like a 9-shot.
Yeah, I remember.
22 loan. And it barely worked.
No.
That
Shank can't
350,
give us
yeah,
that.
that 357. Ooh.
Shank can't give us that 22. We bought that 22. Dude burnt us on it. It didn't work.
Lil Onion. Was it Lil Onion?
If you want to say his name, that was his name. That's
Man,
who it was. But it didn't work. But again, they just had it going on Paulina, man. They really did. The reason 57 that worked out for me, man, and I'm gonna just tell the truth. When I was over there getting and our main adversary was across the boulevard, I really didn't care. But the dudes from when I was on Paulina, they was getting into it with the dudes that I lived around on Winchester. And it kind of was weird because some of them dudes was my friends, you know what I'm saying? So I'm like, that's when I just started looking at this whole thing I started looking at this
Crazy.
thing all like different, you know what I'm saying? It's like I'm just like, I don't know, man. So it was it was an interesting time though, man. It was an
It was an
interesting
interesting time, man. Hey, shout out to me, man, because you stayed down there by them dudes, man. But
time.
I was coming over your house, man. I was risking
You
my
came
life.
every day.
I was risking my life to go drop some tapes.
I was about to say for the love of rap.
Oh, man.
You
Hey,
would
I
come.
remember one day, look, check this out. I was on my way to your crib, right? Now, I'm walking down 57, but I'm on the 58 side. They on the
Right.
57 side.
Right.
And I see them on the corner of Walcott. It's
Right.
about 3, 4 of them. And I got this King's jacket on, but if I put my hands in the pockets that's right here, I
Right.
just poke it out and make myself look like a dope fiend while I'm walking. You know what I'm saying? For real. I'm across the street. I try to throw a little dope fiend, walk past him. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And I think I said something to him like, hey, man, y'all need to watch out, man. I think the police on Honorary.
Right.
They looking down here on Honorary, and they looking down the street like,
Right.
hey, check that out. This was, hey, good looking OG. Call me an old timer. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, that shit worked. Straight up. I got
You know
straight
another thing.
pass.
You know another thing that we talked about the other day. See, me personally, I don't even think it's structure that's missing. People start praising money, man. Like we know for a fact the dudes that was running the neighborhood, they didn't even have no money. Straight have a slap. I know dudes was be a straight general for the Stones. Don't have no car.
But you know
Straight
why though?
with that.
Because individuals they was honoring laws and policies from within their little organization. So
Right,
no
right.
matter
That
if you
is
got money or
structure.
not, if he a general, you gonna have to listen to him. Period. And if he's a smart general, he's gonna extort like people we know. He's gonna extort his way up to the top.
Well, see, like what a lot of them dudes though, later on in these things, I don't know. I didn't really see it with the stones as much. I don't know, but later on in these things, a lot of favoritism started coming into play, and they was even selling slots to people. You know what I'm saying? So,
Yeah,
but at first, you had to be a fighter,
thorough.
be tough, be whatever. You know what I'm saying? So it's like I say, that wasn't always what the hustlers is. We all know the dude, just the weakest dude ever be having the plug on everything, getting all the money, and people
Yeah,
could walk up and smack them and take it. You know what I'm saying? But it's just like you said, was that structure? But
that structure kept
yeah,
things together, bro. Because it's the fear of going against the mob and what's gonna happen to you when you go against the mob. So people stayed in line because they knew they couldn't go against the mob.
that
If
is a lot.
somebody could say, I want 100 niggas up here tomorrow, and it's something that them regions could have done.
Right,
I want 100 niggas up here tomorrow. We're gonna post up in front of that dude crib. He gonna come up out of there. If he don't come up out of there, we're gonna go in there and get him.
right,
Feel what I'm saying? If
yeah,
somebody can have that done, bro, and you trying to rebel,
right,
you got 6 choppers upstairs, but it's just you.
right.
You can only bust 2 of them, but you
I
got
got, you
100
know
more
what?
choppers outside. Come on, man.
I guess you're right. See, this is what I used to have a problem with when I was younger, but I don't. You'll be thinking everybody built like you. You know, just because I lived around the opposition and they was my rivals, I be thinking everybody got the guts to do that, but they don't. You know what I'm saying? I just always felt like I'm gonna go wherever I want to go, and I'm gonna be what I want to be. And if you don't like it, run up. You
Beats.
know what I'm
I
saying?
stayed down the street from you,
Yeah, you did. You did.
deeper into their neighborhood. I'm on the
Well,
other
you
side of the
did.
Garfield.
You did.
I stayed down the
I
street
remember you
from
used
you.
to. I remember you used to straighten up your hat when you went down there.
Now I just turned it backwards.
Oh, you did. I'm just messing with you.
I turned it backwards. Hey,
It
don't be
ain't
no
help
fool.
though.
I'm trying to be low key as possible while I'm walking through here. I'm not trying to be dopes.
Oh, right.
I ain't no fool. You know what I'm saying? I ain't no tough guy.
You know what I think really works for me? I was never low key. I just
Uh,
I just wouldn't I wouldn't never go key with it.
you
And I think
stayed
they
over there,
felt
though, Beats. You stayed
well
there.
no. I have to admit one thing, and I'm gonna give it to these dudes right now. I was talking to one of the generals one time, like recently, like years back, and he said, "Well, hey, you did have brothers though, man. Your brothers have respect." He said, "So we knew not to really do nothing to you." Yeah,
Turl,
there goes that family thing again. You know what I'm saying? It's like, hey, they was respected. You know, so
you had Turl.
I'll have to give it to
So
Terrell. Well, you know, Bam Bam was on a different level from Terrell too. So it's like I had I had 2 levels of intensity for y'all. If we like, now I
right.
can tell Terrell. Now do I really have to put Bam Bam in this? So what I like about my the two we just mentioned, we wasn't the baddest or the toughest in the neighborhood, but we was gonna get our respect though. You know what I'm saying? And like that's really what they pushed was respect more than anything. And like that's why like that's gone too. No respect. Nobody
Yeah, ain't nobody,
cares.
don't nobody care about none of that.
Nobody cares about that. You know what I'm
That's them
saying?
perks. That's them perks and Molly and all that, man. Got these boys, man, out their mind.
Yeah, yeah. You let me check out some of the comments. Yeah, Drew, right? We had we had big homies. These young cats are the big homies. and
Yeah, all the young dudes, the big homies. I mean, what's crazy is the dudes that's like 25, 23, 24. Them the big homies.
they was the big homies when we was kids. What you talking about?
Yeah, they was
I
the
hate when
big
them older
homies, bro.
dudes forget.
But hold on. We still, it was few niggas that we still honor that was in their 30s and 40s. It
I
depended
don't
on who
remember.
them individuals was,
I
but
don't
we
remember
honored them,
having
bro.
no 40-year-old who was around us that was 40 years
Cardell.
old.
Cardell.
Cardell was no 40.
Cardell. How was Cardell, G?
Cardell, my cousin, Demo like the same age. Demo probably about 56 right now. So back then, yeah, they was in their late 20s, 30s, because Dinky had to be around 24, 25 around. When all them went down on that last case where they snatched the old man, them dudes was 24 and 25 and stuff.
They were 24 and 25 and 95.
Yeah. We was
Nah, bro. Because
16,
in
17.
95, I was about 18, 17, 18.
Yeah, and they went down in 94.
They was a little bit more older.
I said they
They
was
was in
like
their
24,
30s.
25.
No, bro. No, I don't think it was that. Just a couple of years.
Yeah, definitely.
Because I remember being a shouty and these niggas was grown.
Okay, so you that same region that I was talking about.
He was young. He was young.
He was like him and Batman was the same age though.
Oh,
And that time 94, 95, he was like 24. You know, somebody else, like I say, they was around they was between like 20, 24 and up though. You know?
and you know what? Chicago always have been crazy. So all the
Right.
shooting that y'all seeing, it is nothing new. People are already used to living like that up there.
It's just
It's
on the
just nothing
internet
new.
now.
So don't think just we got the internet now. Now it's being publicized. It wasn't
Now
being
it's being
publicized back then.
publicized.
But Chicago has always had that retarded murder rate, man.
It always has.
Because I don't even think that they still ain't beat that 94 murder rate
They haven't.
or that
See, this is
92 murder rate.
this is the thing. It's just more shootings and it's more widespread. So when you hear that Chicago ain't the murder capital, it don't be. Because first of all, we be bigger than these other places. And now it's just more shoot. We got the most shootings though. We got the most stuff happening. Something is more likely to happen in Chicago. So that's what make it bad. See, the difference that I remember back in them days, anytime you felt like you didn't want to live your life no more, that you was done with it, all you had to do was cross the street and go in the wrong neighborhood and just turn. You didn't have to, but just turn your head the wrong way, and they was gonna relieve you of your duties
Stress.
real quick. You know what I'm saying? What Drew say? Vinny say, yeah. Drew say it was wilder when we was growing up. Definitely more killings when we came up in the '90s. Yeah, because it's like just in that whole little vicinity. Like for real, to me, like I'm gonna say it ain't even really California, but I'm gonna say like California to Racine, like you said, it was just a death trap all through there. You know what I'm saying? It was
It
it was
definitely
a
wasn't safe.
it was a death trap from every organization. And I don't want people to think like this is some GD show we doing or something like that. Because we
No,
got people that's from other street tribes that we gonna
I
bring
got
on
brothers.
eventually get
I got
to.
brothers, and I'm talking
Right.
about from other mothers. that's
Right.
from other street tribes. You know what I'm saying? I
Right.
love these niggas dearly, and
Right.
I rock with them.
Right.
So now
Bro.
we've been past
Yeah.
that. It's just who I am.
You know what? What you just said though, what I hate about a lot of these young dudes that's getting into it, like as I get older, some of the dudes that should have been sworn enemies to me became some of my best friends.
Best friends,
And
bro.
it's like
Best friends. It's almost
you
like you
got
can
no clue.
trust them in everything.
Yeah, you got no clue that that's the way it's gonna. I done been with. I got stone homies that's gonna go against anybody for me. Bottom line, it ain't nothing. It ain't nothing to talk about. And vice little homies too. They gonna go against anybody for me. And do I gotta say it?
Oh yeah, man.
I'm I'm a rider. Even on my song, Stop Playing with the Folks. I sent a shout out to some of my stone homies. I
Yeah.
say Prince Chico, General DK. And what I'm saying? I say they from Motown, still we rock the same way. And I'm dead serious about that. You know what I'm saying?
At the end of the day, we rock the same. Hey, I was watching some shit. Some something that Nipsey said, and he was like, "How did you know your enemy when you see him when you like on the hunt?" And
Right.
he like, if I see a nigga that look like me, dress like me, and had that same walk like I got, I'm gonna get him. I ain't got to know him, but this just I'm in the enemy's neighborhood. So if I'm hunting and I see somebody who look like me, walk like me, you know what I'm saying, and dress
Right.
like me, I'm gonna get him. And that's real, bro. So he
Yes.
said, so it all came down to I'm out here looking for myself.
Wow. Wow. That's
You know what I'm
that's
saying?
definitely something.
That was deep.
Drew say some of his best friends were MCs. Yeah, Drew. That's why I say you went for the money. I didn't want to put your business out there. You was hustling. Drew, you one of the first people that made me know that I was doing the right thing. I had to get with dudes that make money. That's about money. You know what I'm saying? Oh,
Hey,
my partner
hey,
D checking in. What's up, D? Yeah, I had. It's about people need to be see. This is what I hate about this generation now, and even people that's calling themselves activists or whatever they doing, preaching positive. Let's teach people, old and young, how to make money, but legitly, so
yeah,
they can,
man.
so they can keep going, so they can keep doing it. So, because I sit and watch some of the dudes that I really looked up to when we was coming up, and I figured it out. They were great drug dealers, but after you took the crack away from them that was selling itself, they ain't they just ain't doing good. They didn't prepare for their future.
Right.
It's like you gotta you're gonna either work hard when you young or work hard when you old. And that's what people need to understand, man. It's like I just see dudes and they all their teeth gone and all that. Look like they just waiting to die and stuff. And I just be like,
Man, it's
man,
sad.
you were rich. And they don't even be on drugs or nothing. They don't be on drugs or nothing. They just say that's why that drug game, man, no matter how you chop or slice it at the end of the day, it's the devil's work, and the devil always leave a hole in his work, man. You know what I'm saying? It's just like so. I'm just lucky that like Drew, me, you, a lot of our homies, they made it out. Because even like oh, I don't know if I should touch this topic with you, but even when some people get backed in to situations where they forced to run their mouth, it, it's called snitching. It's like
Mhm.
when I was in my Fed case and they telling dudes like, yeah, we're gonna give you life, your mama life, your sister, the dog, the baby. And I'm looking at dudes and I'm like, wow, now they get to really see how they built. Now they get to really see how they built. But some people don't care, which even a dude that was real close to me, he didn't care. He. But it go back to the respect thing. It wasn't no way every time somebody mentioned Beats' name, they be, oh, that coward. Oh, he a rat up. It ain't no way. I seen a dude who tried to set me up at the club the other day. He all in the paperwork. He tried to set me up, and he straight up talked to me like he can do it. And I'm just like, wow. I'm just like, you snitching on everybody. So what I'm gonna start doing to snitches, I'm gonna get with they girl, man.
Man,
What?
hey, I want to ask you a question, man. You know what I'm saying?
Oh,
During the time, like when I first got locked up, because we was on to something before I went,
oh, yeah, we was on to something.
and I feel like I screwed up the church's money, and that's why your brother said we got to get that dude off that block.
Yeah.
Uh, do you know, like during the time I was in there, bro, that is one of the things that kept me going.
Right.
What we was doing, and and psychologically, I honestly thought, because I remember you went to that convention and you went to you met up with them Cash Money dudes. Remember that?
Right. Yeah. With the record labels. Yeah.
And I thought we was finna get signed.
Right.
And I'm like, man. But I'm like, I know if Beats blow up, you know what I'm saying? He gon' he gonna shout me out, and I'm gonna
Right.
just be in here writing all type of stuff, man. You know what I'm saying? I was in there just writing all night, knowing I'm facing a lot of years though. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But that got me through that. I just want to know, how how did it hit you? Like when you found out that I was locked up for what I was locked up for, and the movement, and how much like discouraged you was from um keeping the movement going.
Man, I'm gonna tell you the truth. It really helped me get an understanding on life the last time you went to the joint, cause I started looking and I'm like, man, all my friends, all my close friends, have been to the penitentiary or they're either in the penitentiary, except for Jelly Roll. And I'm like, wow, all my friends is going to jail. So what it did, it reiterated kind of what Turl did to me back in the day. It made me go harder with the rapping, and it made me get with other people that's into the music thing. And I'm like, I just, I learned to just never question nothing that God do. So like when you went down, like I know, like on the real, I could tell you this. I don't know if I told you before, but when I went to that, me and my sister went to that music thing, and they weren't interested in me. They was interested in you. And I'm like, oh yeah, you're gonna have him on a contract. We gonna go there. And you went down, and I'm like, man, that nabbit. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, oh man. And man, I just kept pushing, man. And I'm just it saved my life. You going to jail saved my life. Because I can't, like I said the other day, I came to see you and you laid the smackdown, man. You told me like I had two of my best friends that really did some stretches. You and Deontay, and both of y'all told me the same thing. Like, hey, man, no, you ain't got no business being here, and that's what kept it going. let's see this comment. Drew saying something. Let's see what Drew said. Drew say beats always been solid. Get back at me every time. Not knowing what I want. True friend. Knowing how to make their presence felt. Same thing with Big Head. Yeah. That, man, it ain't never been nothing but love, man. All the way around.
Yeah,
All the way
man.
around.
Hey,
So
I remember. Hey, I'm gonna just real short, but
right.
I remember when them dudes pulled it with you over there on 55th, Drew. It had got back to me and BC, and you already know. If you know what I'm talking about, you know what I'm talking about. Right there on 55th and Bishop, around 2001, around that time. I remember that. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, we was
Oh.
sliding. We
Drew
slid for you.
Drew Drew a slider too. I ain't gonna say what you slide on another because the feds might be
No,
looking
we
for
we
you.
we put some ice skates on and went down. It was wintertime. We went down this little cliff. You know what I'm saying? We said we're
Hey,
gonna do this in the honor of Drewski.
real talk. I just love that we got people to listen today because like I said, we just trying to build some background with y'all to let y'all know when we ain't talking about this and we just straight talking about what's going on, that we got a right to speak over the hood. Because like my homie Snap say, we overqualified. Shouts
Over.
out to HHQ Magazine, Deli Dale Private Stock Champagne, our
Hey,
sponsors.
yes,
You
sir.
know, it's New Year's. I got to get to the club, throw some dubs, rubber dub, whatever. But what's the hood, Snap?
Inglewood.
We out.
Salute.